Tonight, the 3rd of the 3rd, 2026, at 10:33, there's a full lunar eclipse which relates to Revelation 6, the sixth seal. The seals are legal seals that Jesus has authority only to open to bring about the judgments that he has declared against mankind. Anyone who rejects the kindness of God in Christ outstretched to them, it says the wrath of God remains on them, which is the justice due for sin. Christ was sufficient. He said on the cross, "It is finished, it is enough. My death and sacrifice for you is perfect." All you need to do is receive it, say yes and agree. That's where we are tonight. So the seals, I have seen in 2020, I received prophetic judgments pending on the 12th of March when COVID was declared. 5 judgments that were declared against the earth, the church, tribes and nations, all of them, all of creation, and against illegitimate government. So we should expect to see those things now taking place in the next 3.5 years, intensifying. This war in Iran is a sign of what is to come, and it is going to develop. Already it has swept up 14 nations in the retaliation strikes from Iran in the last 2 days. So already Europe is being brought in. In Daniel 11, we read the ships of Kittim, that means Cyprus, coming from Europe, from the western coast in the Mediterranean, caused the king of the north to turn his fury against the holy covenant prior to the setting up of the abomination that causes desolation in the holy place. And Jesus said in Matthew 24, once you see this idol, something like Molech or Baal or the Baphomet set up in the holiest place to defile the temple, don't go back down to your houses. You'll know that the end is coming. When the armies of the world, the Gentile armies, are encamped around the temple, and when the daily sacrifice ends, then the great tribulation starts. This is the Antichrist face being revealed to the people. I believe that's coming soon. We're going to see that, and we'll see the next series of judgments start. This is the 6th seal. We have seen the beheading of the martyrs in the last 5 years through Africa, Syria, the Middle East, going on constantly with the overthrow of different regimes, the Assad regime in Syria the last 12 months, and in North African nations through the Islamic attacks against Christians in those areas. This is the sign that we should expect to see now, the smoke and fire, the earth shaking from the operations that are now going on in Iran, shaking the foundations of global politics and the world order. Operation Epic Fury and the Lion's Roar, turning the sky black as sackcloth because of the smoke and the bombs, the daylight being completely obscured. That's what happens during a firestorm. And I met people who said in 2020 in Australia during the fire season, the sky literally for days on end in the south coast of Australia was black. You couldn't see the sun, not at all. And so this is what's going on now in Iran and around the world. There's going to be more attacks, smoke filling the sky, debris, and tonight the blood moon. That's what we're seeing tonight. That's the astronomical sign of the 6th seal, Revelation 6. Then we have Revelation 7, the sealing of the 144,000. Revelation 8, silence for half an hour, the 7th seal, and then the trumpet judgments that come after that. This is the last harvest, the tribes and nations coming out of the tribulation, and the fullness of the fruit of mankind's works being crushed in a vat, it says, filling the city of God to 1,600 stadia, up to the bridles of the horses with blood, death pouring through the streets, the death of humans who have rejected the mercy and kindness of God. It is going to get worse. This is going to impact nations around the world. The economic impacts of the Strait of Hormuz being shut, 20% of oil production, is going to cause cost crisis. And if and when that price of oil goes to $130 a barrel, a global recession is what will be the outcome. We can expect to see also more shortages, delays, transport of goods, food supplies. This has all been planned, and economic decline because of the cost of war. The Western nations now have been drawn into. Europe are now starting to say they're going to join the war effort. France has been targeted in the retaliation strikes. Italy, Australia, Cyprus has been hit, and this is just the third day of strikes. The Americans have promised that the next range of strikes will be more severe. They've given warning to their civilians to leave all the nations around the Middle East and to expect more severe actions, including boots on the ground in Iran by the American forces, coming soon.